there, it's me, Breanna, and you are listening to That Time We Got Reincarnated as an Anime Podcast, episode 15. You can find us on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia and podcast services. If you want to show Save the Game Media some extra love, get early access to all of our content, you can find us on patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia. There is a free trial you can have for 7 days. There is also just like a really basic tier you can do for $1. It gives you most of the perks that we offer. And we didn't have 2 new patrons, so anime podcast has not taken over yet, but we're working on it. So join the army.
Join the army. Like
the anime army.
This is actually just a recruitment video for the National Guard.
This is the National Guard. Your people need you.
We're about to transition into like one of those like CGI, like, remember those CGI commercials where like the ship would form and then it like fade out and all, like, that's clearly fake. I'm like, those are clearly fake people.
Yeah.
Like, none of this is real. Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing here.
Ours should fade out into the generic isekai city with like the walls.
Love it. All right. Today I am joined by my co-host and friend Kyle. We are going to start today with our usual question of, how are you?
Oh, I'm ready to eat some pizza after this. And it's too hot. It's just too hot outside.
It is so hot.
But can it be fall yet? Like, fall's the perfect season.
Fall is the perfect season. I really like crisp air. That's what I need.
I just need hoodie weather, you know?
I do know. I don't even live in a place that has hoodie weather.
That's true. You don't, but
get me out. Somebody send us. I need saving.
That whole state needs saving.
Well, I can't save the whole state. I can only save myself.
That's true. You gotta abandon
aren't you supposed to like put your, like, that's what they say on the plane, is like put your mask on first before you help the person next to you.
I'm not saying like if I was on a plane and it was going down that I wouldn't be a little scared, but I'm probably not gonna be like screaming the loudest, you know?
Yeah, honestly, the people that just like scream and like don't stop, like, they need help.
I'd probably be like, oh no, what are we gonna do? I almost said excited.
You're like, I'm so excited. I mean, scared.
This is terrific. I'm terrified.
You're the only one that survives.
They rescue me. I'm like, what are you doing? Put me back.
You're like, this is not going to plan.
I didn't plan this, but it didn't go to my plan. I improvised.
Oh man. Because this is an anime podcast, I have to show you guys. I got Pikachu nails. So that was my update from the week. That's how when somebody says, how are you? Pikachu nails is my answer.
Well, now every time you sneeze, you also need to say Pika beforehand.
I don't think I could plan that out.
Really? You don't like feel it coming and then you can go Pikachu? I think so. I think you could do it.
I'll try it. I'll report back. But I don't think I can.
How often do you sneeze? I don't sneeze that often.
I sneeze fairly often.
Really? I think maybe like once, twice a week, max.
I think I'm sneezing probably 3 to 4 times a week.
That's not that often, I feel like.
Kevin, yeah, but like I think it's getting close to like once a day, you know?
Kevin would literally wake up and start his mornings with like sneezing fits because he has such bad like allergies, or he did.
Well, that sounds like he needs help.
We all need help.
All right. What have you been watching?
So much. Not Cardcaptor Sakura. Not Card. I thing I want to
talk to you about, you don't even know about yet.
I know. So what keeps happening is like, so I had a bunch of books delivered, and I was like, well, I need to read these before I can watch non-seasonal stuff. So I read volume 7 of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady.
Okay, how was that?
It was really good. It focused on Honest the whole time basically. Yuffie was in it, but it was mostly just more of a character arc for like her growth. I see where they're going with the series. I'm curious how many more volumes there's gonna be. It kind of seems like we're reaching like an end game.
I was gonna say it doesn't feel like a story that would go on like a really long time, like maybe 10.
But no, I mean it's since volume 3, the Yuri per volume per chapter has just increased steadily,
exponentially increased.
Yeah, like in volume 4, she'd get like embarrassed when like Yuffie would give her like a kiss. Now they're like Princess Carrie into the bed, full making out, like the whole shebang. Okay. So, yeah, it's really good. It's just a great series. I wish it would get more anime, but it's fine. And then I read volume 13, and I don't know how this series is still going, but there's so many more. Of Bofuri.
Oh my god, how is that still going?
It feels like, because I get it. It's like more slice of life in the game thing. But I'm like, how many ridiculous power-ups and like events can you just keep giving Maple to make her like absurd at this point? Like she's already a hybrid demon octopus machine god. So yeah, I mean that was like, I think I read that whole thing like an hour and a half. That was super quick. And then I have one more book to read before I get some more this upcoming week.
That's exciting.
But yeah, so I'm gonna read The Detective Is Already Dead, Volume 8. The anime is not good, but the light novels are pretty decent, so I like that. But what have I been watching? Let's see. So Oshinoko delivered my second. I texted you this episode this week has my second favorite Akane moment of the entire series so far, and I think it was delivered fantastic. The VA just does a great job, especially when she gets into like the zone that Akane gets into. Are you caught up? You're not caught up.
Oh, no, that one's kind of not my fault though, because that's like
okay.
The rest of them are my fault. I will claim fault for the rest of them.
Yeah,
that one's
but no, it continues to be really good. Really enjoying how they're adapting this arc. My Hero took the week off, as did a few other things because of the Olympics. I didn't know that for some reason we apparently care about the Olympics still. I don't. I'll watch it if it's on, but I'm not going out of my way. But yeah, it took it off. And I was annoyed because they ended last week's episode on like a huge cliffhanger, and I'm just like, well, how dare you? And I'm sure you've been spoiled on what it is.
Oh, I have. I literally have. It was like, this is what's happening next episode. I was like, thanks, guys.
Yeah. So, that should be in the finished category. I finished Misfit of Demon King a year and a half after this season started airing. And it finally finished his season 2 of the Misfit of Demon King Academy.
They can do another season at this point.
Oh, they didn't announce it, and I really hope they don't. Do not do another one. This was so bad. Like I have no idea what I just watched. I was like, well, I have to finish it. Yeah, I have no idea. It wasn't good. It made no sense. The story is just all over the place. Who knows? Maybe one day they'll finish Whisper Me a Love Song. But we'll see. So I did finish that. I gave it like a 5 out of 10. It was
that
not
generous.
It was not good. Too many losing heroines. You know, if you're not a childhood friend, you're a homewrecker. Continues to be maybe my favorite thing besides Oshinoko that is airing this season. It's beautiful. I love all the characters. It's so much fun. And I keep thinking about that quote. It just gets me every time. So really great. Alia continues to be great. Definitely people need to watch that. You're not watching Pseudo Harem, right?
No.
Okay. It is so funny. And the like the fact that the girl main character is like not even like she's not even hiding the fact that she's like in love with her senpai and everything, but he just takes everything she says as like her acting or like a joke, and I'm like, how can you be this stupid, dude? But it's really funny. Days with my stepsister. So no,
yeah.
Okay.
No, keep going. No, it's fine.
Okay, so mild spoilers. So it did not go the route of they like hook up or anything. But a mild spoiler for season 3, she does, offer herself to him at some point.
Oh yeah, normal. You mean episode 3?
Yeah, episode 3. But the way it's done and like how it and like the conversation after and the next episode and everything, it's not your generic like, oh, we're step siblings and now we're gonna fall in love thing. It's not. Like there's a reason as to why she did.
Do you realize the sentence you just said? Not the typical step siblings. So we're not gonna fall in love. Oh. What has anime done to us?
I mean, they're not. I don't know. I'm moving on.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
It continues to be great. Our Last Crusader, Rise of a New World, continues to be trash. It's so bad.
Are you just committed at this point?
Oh, I'm gonna watch every episode.
Oh God,
it's so stupid. Oh, but Shy season 2 is really good, and
episode 2.
No, season 2.
Oh, okay.
And then so in that time I got reincarnated as a slime, they literally had a whole like I don't know 10-minute segment this episode about how like a bunch of characters like fall in love with like the male protagonist because a bunch of women were now competing for like Benimaru and he doesn't know how to do it with like keep up with women. And then Rimuru was like, are you gonna be okay? And they're like, we're not sure you're one to talk. And then he like didn't understand the reference. And then meanwhile, Shion and Shuna are off to the side, like smiling at him. And then it pans away and it's the demon he summoned also smiling at him. And I was like, this is great. I'm like, this is when it's funny. But no, I mean it's not a great season, but it does have some funny and good moments. But yeah, no, those are the highlights of what I've been watching this week. Have you watched anything?
I have. I haven't watched a lot, but I have watched some stuff. Let's see what I've got here. So I've watched. I made it through the rest of episode 1 and finished episode 2 of Hanako-Kun, which by the way, I had to figure it out because it was driving me crazy. I learned the like dance thing because I was like, I need to know because I was like, what is okay, that's what got me is because they're going like this and then clapping and then out. And I was like, what is happening? Because they were like kept doing stuff with their hands. So I sat and watched it because I was like, what is going on? So now I can be a full weeb and do the dance. So I did that. I watched 2 episodes of The Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant.
Oh yeah, because it's short.
Really cute.
It is, right? Do you love her magical girl transformation in the first episode?
I do.
Like, I'm like, you guys put so much animation and time into this transformation, and then like you only used it like twice in every episode. But yeah, no, it's great. I really enjoy it.
So sweet. Like the lieutenant is like trying to so desperately to be evil, and he's like he's just so in love he can't be evil. Like
my favorite is when she mentions something like going on, or like how many jobs she works or something, and then he immediately like wants to give her his credit card. Or, like,
I know he's like, "Do you have my card?"
Or he's like on the phone. He's like ordering her a bunch of food and stuff. I'm just like, this is great,
dude. It's so cute. My favorite is when his like okay, first of all, how his minions talk. Like the weird noises that they make is so weird. I love it. And then like when they walk in, they're like, "Oh, I got you like tea or whatever." He like slams his laptop closed. That bit is, I think they've done it like 3 times or something like that, and it got me every single time. It was so good. Really loving that, having a great time. I'm happy to report I've watched the first 2 episodes of Shosumin, which is How to Be Ordinary. I think is the English title. I've watched the first 2 episodes, generally lost, but like it's good. Like it's not like lost and I'm not having a good time. It's like lost, I'm having a good time. I can tell that there's more going on, but they're just setting stuff up.
There's some greater mystery happening in the background that they haven't shown us yet.
Yeah. For sure, because they're being so weird, because he's like you're not the same person anymore, and then they're like, oh, like, you know, like you have to, like, I don't know, like there seems to be something going on, and I think that you can kind of make some inferences based off of like the opening sequence, like the opening
so watch
performance thing.
But watch episode 3.
Okay.
Because that goes even more into like some I was immediately speculating. And then they were off this week, so there's no episode 4, but they'll be back next week.
Okay, the Olympics really helping me out to catch up.
No. Yeah. We don't need these gold
Thanks for
medals.
pulling through Olympics. I appreciate it.
Okay, so yeah. So you watch that. Good.
I think that's basically where I'm at. I think everything else I talked about last week, I'm caught up besides like 1 episode on most stuff. I'm still loving Wistoria. I still recommend it. Still recommend Nobuton.
They did like a commentary episode this week.
For what?
Wistoria.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think they were off this week, so they did like a commentary episode.
Oh, for episode 4? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I haven't seen. I was like, episode 3 looks normal. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of other stuff on my list that I'm like planning on like picking up, and I just haven't had time, like Elusive Samurai and Makaine and stuff like that. But just haven't had time. And then yeah, Tower of God. My dad has been watching that one. And he likes it.
Do you see wait, have you seen what I mean about the animation style changing though?
For what?
Tower of God?
Oh, I haven't watched
it. Okay.
My dad's the one watching that.
Bring him in.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Dad!
Dad! No. I don't know.
I wants to grill you about Tower of God.
You guys haven't even met before? That's funny.
Something about Rachel. I don't know anything about this show. I just know there's a girl named Rachel.
Oh. I don't know if he would know the names. He's not very good at names. I have been watching a lot of Mushoku Tensei, but like old stuff because I'm catching my family up.
Have you gotten to the Turning Point episode yet?
Oh, we're way past that. We're like season 2, episode 7 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. The second Turning Point episode, I was like, I'm just warning you guys, I'm gonna be really uncomfortable while we're watching.
Just warning you guys, this is one of the greatest episodes ever.
Just warning you guys, this is really uncomfy. Ugh. Yuck. Anyways. But yeah, I think we're to the part where he's like he just started. They got what's her face, Julie.
Okay.
And they just kidnapped the cat girl and dog girl. And yeah,
out of context, I think if you describe their actions, like, yeah, they got a slave girl, and then they kidnapped some beast
and they
people.
Kidnapped people, yeah, and held them hostage, and then they peed their pants.
Out of context, it sounds like they're bad people, but I think they were fully justified.
In context, they still purchased a slave.
Yeah, but they treat her so nicely. They don't treat her like a slave.
Yeah, I mean, she technically isn't anymore because they don't have any spells on her and they don't consider her a slave. It's just also, by the way, have beef with the translation because they were saying what's his face, Zanoba. When it says it says like, oh, Julie is my apprentice and Zanoba's like something like they don't like I can't remember what they said like for the written translation, but like the audio, they say like Zanoba no Imoto, like his little sister.
Oh,
and I was like, that's such a dumb thing to like not translate correctly, that he considers her his sister because he literally named her after his brother that he murdered.
On
accident.
And I think that's one of a bunch of people complained. They're like, oh, now he's getting a slave. And I think if they had translated it correctly, it would have shown more of like a familial feeling that he had for him. Yeah,
his sister.
Yeah, which was a bummer. But I think it comes through better in like the actions and everything rather than the translation. But what can you do?
What can you do?
You can pay better translators.
I know, like we can't even do the translating and we're complaining.
I'll learn.
I know. Pay me to learn.
Pay me, I don't know, $70,000 a year. I'll do it.
That's actually really good.
Right? That's reasonable.
That's more than I make, I think. Yeah,
that's more than I make now.
Okay, well, let's get to the news. We are going to start off the news with a little bit of a bummer story. And then we'll get into our good news. So, voice actor Noriko Ohara has passed away. She was 88 years old. She is best known for voicing Nobita Nobi in Doraemon. And was voice acting in Doraemon from 1979 to 2004. In the announcement, so her talent agency is 81 Produce. 81 Produce. They announced that she had an ongoing medical condition that was not responding to treatment, and so she passed away on July 12th. And then they already held the funeral before they made the announcement. So I did like the reason I linked like the full article because I thought that Crunchyroll did a really good job of like kind of going over her career. So I wanted to kind of go over that with everybody. So Ohara, whose real name was Noriko Tobe, was born in Tokyo, October 2nd, 1935. From a young age, she was exposed to Japanese and Western art by way of both her parents, as she described in a children's magazine interview in 2011. As a child, Ohara appeared in NHK's children's program and on the stage, taking a break during high school where she was part of the drama club and then returning to the entertainment industry after finishing school. She appeared on TV and stage in the early days of commercial broadcasting, as well as conducting voiceover work for American and French films broadcasted in Japan. Ohara was affiliated with various agencies during her career, joining 81 Produce in 2018. Ohara's first lead anime role was in Marine Boy in 1969, with other breakout roles including Peter and Heidi, Girl of the Alps, and Conan in Future Boy Conan, which is actually a really big role. And then her most notable role of Doraemon. Let's see. During her career, she would also voice Doronjo from Yatterman, Ricky in Crusher Joe, and many villains in the Time Bookend series. Claudia LaSalle in the Super Dimension Fortress Macross, and many, many more. She has a bunch of awards from her voice acting. Her son, Atsuo Tobe, is also known for their work on Doraemon and character designs for Kingdom. They're an animator in Doraemon and does character designs for Kingdom and has done animation direction on multiple Gundam series. That's cool. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean,
very, very full career.
Very pretty full life.
Yeah.
88. Lived through World War II. I mean, it's, she had some really big roles. Wonder what they're gonna do.
Well, it looked like she wasn't voice acting recently, is what it seemed.
Oh,
because her Doraemon, she stopped doing. I think it said 2005 or 2007.
Oh, okay.
So she probably was only doing one-off roles if she was, but yeah. So just there's our first news story. Did you want to do the second one, or do you want me to do the second one?
I'll do the second one.
Okay.
So Bree willed this into existence.
I manifested last week.
With the Cute High Earth Defense Club Love returns with a feature film in 2025, winter 2025. The film's official website posted a teaser trailer, and the clip looks back at the franchise's history with visuals of each series. And the film is going to consist of new scenes that will be newly drawn. The site also confirms the main staff and voice cast of the original series will return. Shinji Takamatsu serves as director alongside composition writer Michiko Yokote. Original, mm-hmm. Original character designer Chizuru Miyawaki, anime character designer Tomoko Miyagawa, and music composer Yamazo. Studio Comment, which was involved with the franchise since the TV's second season, works on the anime production. That came from IGN.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
It comes from Mikikazu Komatsu at IGN.
Yeah. Again, I've never seen this, but the minute I saw that this was reported, I was like, oh my goodness, Bree manifested it.
Yeah. Well, what happens is we stopped the recording, and I was like, Kyle, I have to tell you the whole plot of season 1.
Yeah.
And
then bam, movie a few days later.
What can I say? I get what I want.
You should use that power to manifest
to get your
other
nice
things.
Movie.
No, well,
okay, talk to Kevin. Talk to your brother. How does he win all of these giveaways? Tell him to turn some of that towards anime.
I don't know how he wins anything. I don't win anything.
He wins all the time.
Unless I rig it. Unless I rig something that I win it, I'm probably not winning it.
That's how I feel too. But yay for more Ched. I really, really love this anime. It's silly, it's very colorful. It understands the magical girl genre and messes with it on purpose. And it's really fun. So recommend. Okay.
You wanna know what I used to get this mixed up with? I used to get this series, Cute High Earth Defense Club Love, mixed up with just the Earth Defense Force series where they fight the giant bugs and stuff.
Yeah. I love that. It's a little bit different.
They should do a crossover.
They should do a crossover.
Or a combo game where you can play as the Cute High characters at fighting the bugs.
Yep. That sounds like a really good idea.
All right, if anyone steals that, you gotta credit me. I want royalties.
So next news story is Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun Season 2. Anime will premiere in January 2025. And the 4-episode sequel to After School Hanako-Kun is slated to premiere on October 7th later this year. A new teaser trailer was also released for each title, with the former confirming Yohei Fukui as the main series' new director. Studio Lurch, I don't know how to say that, continues to produce the animation. This is from Liam Dempsey at IGN. Woo! I love this show.
Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up until you see whether they put their A team on it for the anime
or their C team.
not. Yeah, because they're really hit or miss. They worked on Given, great. But then they also did like Classroom of the Elite, which sometimes was like watching a slideshow that people voice acted over.
Love that. Okay.
So I think it depends. I think we'll have to see what they give.
Okay, fair enough. Let's put this down for a second. Yeah, it's your turn.
So the Uzumaki anime will premiere on Adult Swim on September 28th. Max will be streaming the next day. No one cares. No one has Max. No. Just Joseph Luster at IGN says. So I know nothing.
I didn't know this was coming.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I just know nothing about it. And whenever I see it, I'm just like, that doesn't have anything to do with Naruto.
That's true. It doesn't.
Yeah. So,
Uzumaki is a really creepy story. Do you know like the gist of the story?
No, I know nothing.
Okay, so Uzumaki is about this town where everyone starts to become obsessed with like spirals.
Like the spiral on Naruto's stomach.
But it's like there's like some really weird stuff that happens where like, for example, like the town itself starts to like the town itself is kind of formed in a spiral and you like can't get out of the spiral. And like this dude like turns himself into like a snail because the snails have like a spiral shell. Like there's like the people, when people pass away, the ashes of like their bodies being cremated like spiral in the sky. Like there's this dude that like puts himself in a tub and like literally breaks his body so that his body is a spiral. Like he does it to himself. It's like really, really weird and gross.
Weird. So it has nothing to do with Naruto.
No, well, it does because like it's that.
Yeah.
Naruto is like that swirl, like whatever, in the fish cake.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm probably not gonna watch this. I'm gonna be honest.
I probably will, and I'll hate that I did. I'm gonna be really grossed out because it's a really creepy story. We actually shout out to like the Dead podcast, but for Breanna's Book Bonanza, we did a review of this.
Oh, really?
And it was me and Giselle and Ethan, if I remember correctly. So it's still up on Save the Game Media if you want to go watch that.
Interesting. Cool.
Good stuff. All right, we made it. Look at us. We're being super efficient. It's 35 minutes in. Today, our topic of the show, we're going to be talking about the rules of piracy. To preface this, I think that Kyle and I probably have similar-ish opinions. We may not. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But this is just like our personal rules of piracy. So I guess do whatever you want. Like if you want to break the law. But maybe don't break the law. But like, I don't know.
All right, you go first.
No, you're the rant.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I have pretty much maintained the same stance on piracy.
He's like, I was born and I've had the same stance since.
No, there was a time, I think when I was like 10 or 11, when before streaming services, before I had any sort of money, before it was popular or anything, outside of like Toonami, there wasn't a way to really watch anything. And so, I will admit I did use a lot of, piracy websites to watch what I wanted to watch.
Man, do you remember LimeWire?
I do. I remember also the amount of viruses and awful stuff you got from all of it. Same with these horrible piracy websites. I remember the terrible fan translations that people act like are so godlike sometimes. I'm like, they're really not. I'm like, you people really, really over exaggerate how good they are. But since I've learned more about like the industry, licensing, translators, how they get paid and everything, my stance, I think since I was like 14 onwards, my stance has pretty much been, you should be paying for what you want to watch. And if it's not streaming or whatever, then I think you just kind of suck it up and deal with it. Like, get over it. There's a lot of things that I haven't seen because they're not available, but there's thousands of other things that are available that I can watch instead. And so, pay and support the industry. And this goes for anything, whether it's games, books, movies, pay to support the industries and the creators of the medium that you're partaking in. And I've seen some people like, oh, well, I'm not stealing it. Whoever uploaded it stealing it. It's just like I'm watching a YouTube video. And I was like, that is the dumbest comparison I've ever seen.
I've not heard that before. That is dumb.
Yeah. I'm like, you are directly encouraging and supporting the piracy by watching it. The YouTube videos are coming directly from the content creator. And you know what happens if they're not, and someone takes their content? They get copyright struck, and then that gets removed because it's illegal. It doesn't fall under fair use to just take someone's stuff like that. And so that is really where I'm at with piracy in general. I don't support it. I never do it nowadays, especially. I mean, really everything that I ever want to watch is pretty much always licensed by someone nowadays. And whether I go out and like get the subscription to watch it, like there's, like Suicide Squad, the isekai, it's on Max or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to watch that, I can go sign up for Max for a month. Like, that's not a big deal. Hulu has some stuff, but they mostly have like more Max or Disney Plus stuff. That one Yakuza anime that's on Disney Plus, I could sign up for to watch it. I will say that I am okay with people using a VPN and paying for like, oh, I have like Japanese Netflix or whatever to watch it that way.
Because you're still paying.
Because you're still paying, you're still supporting, you are still contributing.
You're breaking a different rule.
Yeah. But no, I mean, no one's really getting hurt by you pretending that you're in Japan. No. As long as you're paying.
Streaming companies are upset about it, but
yeah, well, I don't care about them.
Yeah.
And like the people that are like, oh, is Crunchyroll worth it? I'm like, Crunchyroll is $7.99 like a month for like the base tier, and you get thousands of series to watch. Yeah, it's worth it. It's more worth it than any other streaming service that is currently available. High Dive, I think you can get like the entire year for like $25 or whatever.
Yeah, they have a really cheap option for the year.
Especially if you sign up like during like Christmas time when they always have like deals. And like they don't have the huge selection, but they have a lot. Like they, and they're getting more. Like they have Oshinoko, they have Tamako Market, they have Tamako Love Story. They have some of the more lesser known stuff, especially if you're into like Yuri or anything like that. They have a lot of different series. They have like Bloom Into You and things. Netflix is getting way more into it now. So I just feel like in 2024, there's no real excuse that someone has besides the fact that they don't want to pay and they just would rather steal it to be supporting piracy of anything. That's me. That's where I fall.
Okay. My rules of piracy. Don't. I very much agree with Kyle that like you should, like, even if you're just paying for like 1 month of Crunchyroll and you're like, you know what, this 1 month of Crunchyroll, I'm gonna plan my time out. I want to watch this, and this. Just pay for the 1 month. Watch it, like allocate your time for the 1 month. If you really don't want to like pay for Crunchyroll constantly, that's fine. Just allocate your time correctly. I'm pretty sure Kevin does that with Apple TV, right? Like he'll like every once in a while he'll pay for like 1 month of Apple TV.
Yeah, or he'll do it with Disney Plus too.
Yeah. So just if you don't want to keep consistently paying for a subscription service, just do that. Or you can just buy it. There's a lot of places that you can digitally buy stuff, like through Apple, through Amazon, through YouTube.
Yeah, I bought some movies digitally through Amazon. Like I own Weathering with You and the Monica Magica movie.
What do I own? There's a couple stuff I own, but I think I own a couple through Amazon and a couple through Apple. But
you can also buy physical media. I mean, it's not as prevalent, but it is.
No, some movies do have physical options. So, however, where I do think I differ from you, where I'm like, you know what, like I think like if you can just spend the money, use a VPN if you absolutely have to, whatever it is, right? I do have one caveat to the rule. And that is if you literally cannot access something anywhere else. So let's say that you've expended all of your resources. You can't buy it. You can't rent it. You can't watch it on any streaming service. You can't stream it from another country through VPN. Like it is something that is truly like dead and lost to time besides piracy. Then I think that it's okay. Specifically with older media. If it's something newer, I think that you should give it a resting period because it's usually like there's somebody has like an exclusive licensing deal and within like 3 years you'll be able to watch it or something like that. But stuff
one of the older stuff kind of fall into like the argument for like more needs for preservation rather than
I do think that there are more needs for preservation, and I'm not saying that piracy is the answer to help with that preservation. I'm saying if you like, there's literally no other way to watch it, then like I'm not going to be mad at you for using that route. You know?
Okay.
Like for example, what is that one? That's like the time jumping one. Hold on. I will find the name of it. It's one that I've been wanting to watch for years. Literally years, and I still can't watch it because of the licensing issues. Paranoia Agent just barely got licensed like for the first time in literally forever, so you can finally watch that. That's not the one I'm talking about. Bakano.
Oh.
Bakano, you cannot buy it, you cannot watch it, you can't like there's nowhere that you can watch Bakano. And it's so frustrating. I have not illegally streamed this, but I'm getting to the point where I'm like, what is going on? Because Bakano is like one of like everybody's like, this is one of the best anime ever, and there's nowhere like.
You know what? I will give a pass for things like that because now that I think about it, when I wanted to rewatch Sugar Happy Life, it had been removed from every streaming service and wasn't purchasable anywhere, but it was on YouTube. Like it had been uploaded there. So I watched it there, but I was like, well, I guess if it hadn't been uploaded there, I either like wouldn't have watched it or I would have had to find some place that was streaming it.
Well, here's my frustration is like, if this is a really because Bakano is a really well-known anime. Like, it's not like this is just some, like, random anime that, like, never saw the light of day, right? Like, this is a really popular anime. How is it you cannot buy a physical version? You cannot buy a digital version. You cannot stream it anywhere. Like, there's literally no licensing for this show at all.
Maybe
and that
there's
doesn't make sense to
licensing.
me.
Maybe there's licensing issues with like the because I know
the creators.
I know the creator and like authors, especially in Japan, have a lot more rights over things compared to like in the West when adaptations and things get made. So
maybe I should just try and find the books. I wonder if that would be easier. Hold on.
Maybe.
What kind of light novels can you buy? The light novels. Oh, you can. I'll just do that.
There you go.
Holy cow, there's a lot of light novels. This is volume 22.
What? That is a lot.
Oh, there's 22 total. Okay, yeah. I just have heard so many good things about Baccano, and I have one friend. I have one friend that owns like a digital version or like a DVD version of Baccano, and they're the only person that I know that owns it. Like,
so are we? I guess we're mostly in unanimous agreement that if you can pay for it, you should. If it's something that's super old and you can't find anywhere else, we're okay making an exception. But if it's old, and you can pay for it, you should.
Yeah. And it's not I didn't find it on Crunchyroll and I'm lazy and now I'm going to go pirate. You should be looking in all of the resources available.
Yeah.
Like Google it, go on Reddit, see what people say, like go through like the whole researching, whatever. I just found a Yuri that I'm so sure that you've read.
What is it?
Hold on. It's called Tales of Love and Magic.
No, I've never read that.
It looks magical, pun intended.
Is it a book?
Yeah. I just found like a deluxe edition on Amazon for $40. It's all 8 books of the best-selling Yuri light novel series, now available in a single volume with exclusive bonuses.
Oh, hardcover.
Kyle's like, would you look at that? It just ended up in my cart.
All right. Well, I'll deal with this after.
Sorry, I got distracted because it looked really cute. I was like, oh.
It does. I am most certainly probably going to buy this.
Okay, I'm glad that I'm not crazy. I'm like, this looks really cute. Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page here. Anyways, so yeah, I think we're generally in the same place for piracy, and I think like most people are. You just have like a couple people that are kind of ruin it for the rest of us or whatever. But I don't know. I do understand that like having a streaming service can be like definitely a privilege. And sometimes it's just not like available for people like monetarily, especially like buying stuff. But I would encourage you to use your resources within your reach. Like, for example, you can go to your library. The library will have stuff available. There are apps that you can upload your library card to that will allow you to stream movies and TV shows through like a library app and stuff like that. So even if it's like a monetary thing where you're like, I can't afford to do Crunchyroll or even High Dive, that's fine. But you should also be using like your library resources and stuff like that. So.
Agreed.
Anyways. Okay, guys. Well, did you want to? Oh, I feel like I have something to add to my simplest. No. I don't. I have a different simplest. I have to add to that list. So for Are We Caught Up Yet? I have another simplest for like all of the Marvel characters and stuff. And I need to add Oscar Isaac to my simplest.
Why?
Yeah, he plays Moon Knight and he's very handsome, and he also plays Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, but Moon Knight sucked. Moon Knight is legitimately one of the worst series I've ever seen.
We have incredibly different opinions when it comes to Marvel stuff.
Moon Knight is like Eternals level of bad.
I loved Eternals. I think it's in my top 10.
Oh, well, that's great because they said they're not making another one because then they're going to ignore that it existed. So
I really liked Eternals.
Anyways, continue.
Okay, well, we finished that. You know what? We'll let you out of class early this week. You
Let you out of class.
Sorry, dumb question. Dumb joke. Isn't that the best though? Like when the teacher like lets you out of class early.
I guess.
I think it was great, especially like in college, because then you could go get food. Like,
I just brought food to class.
That's crazy.
I'd show up to class with like 2 Chipotle burritos because it would be like a 4-hour long class. I'd be like, listen, I'm having lunch and then I'm having dinner.
This is for me. I planned a 2-hour time block for this podcast because sometimes we do go longer. So I'm getting out of class early so that way I can go work on a review that I'm working on for.
Nice.
For the channel. Check that out sometime within the next month. I can't tell you when because of embargoes, but all right. Do you have any anime you want to shout out for the week for your anime of the week?
Oh, you go first.
I think my shout out for the week is Cute Hire Defense Club Love. I think that it's really fun. I think it's really silly. And it just doesn't take itself serious in like the best way possible. It's like all of the attack names and stuff, like he calls it like his love stick. Like they make like a bunch of essentially all of like you know how like Sailor Moon has like she'll call out her like attacks and stuff like that. All of the attacks are like sex jokes. It's like it's a really dumb and silly anime and fun with like magical girl moment, but with high school boys. So
nice.
You know, that's my recommendation. What about you?
Mine is going to be what's the English name of it? Just so.
And then everybody's required to learn the Nokotan, the noko koshitan.
This art club,
that's what it is.
This art club has a problem.
I think I watched that. Hold on.
I watched this a really long time ago, but I think it's really funny and cute, so I like it a lot.
Have I seen this? I think I have.
It's old.
I have for sure. I remember that blonde character.
Yeah. So that's my pick for this week.
That's a good one. I really liked this.
Yeah, I like it too.
What's that one anime that's like it's a romance anime? Sakura Soul? What is the name of that anime? I like that.
The pet girl of
Sakura Soul. Yeah.
I hate that anime.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Because of how the series ends.
Oh, that's fair. It was kind of a really disappointing ending. But the time up until then was a great time.
Not how the anime ends. How the series ends.
Oh, the anime just like ends kind of abruptly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I hate how the series ends.
Yeah, I can't speak to that, but you guys, we're getting more ReZero very shortly. I'm thinking about that at least once a week. So think about it.
More Beatrice. Marinate in that. More Beatrice, Ram, and Amelia, you know? The 3 best girls in ReZero.
You know what? Puck is best girl. Forget you.
Or what's his face with the cat ears?
Felix.
Yeah, Felix.
I love Felix.
Felix best girl.
I don't think anybody dislikes Felix. Felix is awesome.
Felix is awesome.
Okay. Well, you guys, I hope you have a good week. We will see you next week. And I don't know what we're talking about next week, but we'll figure it out. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait. Before I let you go, I have to read the Patreon list. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to our patrons. I do love you guys. I just forget to read stuff sometimes. Alpaca Tom, Fabulous Breanna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Nikolai at night. Oh, sorry, Lindsay, Nikolai at night, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, David Hotwright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Lee Navarro, Silicana, and Ellery Woods Parker III. Thank you guys for your support. More people should join the National Guard.
The National Guard.
The National Anime Guard. Okay, thanks. Bye.